you want, you can take some notes. I'll have you help along the way. Let me share my screen here. Okay, so we're seeing my screen here. Let's look at, so we'll look at A2. These don't necessarily need to be solved with quadratic formula, but we'll do it that way. Okay, so as a reminder, quadratic formula starts with ax squared plus bx plus c, and you have to identify a, b, and c. A is the number in front of x squared. So in our problem, a is 3. B is the number in front of x, and it takes on the sign, so it's -4. And then c is the other number, the last number, and it also takes on the sign, so it's -7.
Okay.
Is that okay? Is that clear from
Yeah.
That's all review. Okay, so the quadratic formula is x equals opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. B squared minus 4ac. All over 2a. Do you remember doing this? Maybe in a previous lesson with me, or?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the first part we actually do is this part inside the parentheses. So I'm going to do that off to the side here just to keep it simple. So b squared minus 4 squared minus 4 times 3 times -7. Okay, and then you square this first number, so that's 16. And then it's 4 times 3 times -7, or you can do it really in any order. Like, let's say you prefer to do 3 times 7, that's 21, times 4 is 84. Okay, but the two negatives make a positive. So this equals 100.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so the reason we do that is because that's the part that goes under the root. Okay, so we go back to this sort of this left side here, and we say, okay, well, if we're going to use a quadratic formula, we have to put the b of -4 in the b here. So -4 plus or minus square root 100 all over 2 times 3. So again, I'm just substituting the numbers in. Is that clear here?
Yeah.
Okay, so x equals, and then 4 plus or minus, what is the square root of 100? That is a known value.
Okay.
What is the square root of 100?
The square root of 100.
Yes.
The square root of 100, it is 10.
It is 10. What is 2 times 3?
2 times 3.
Yes.
2 times 3 is 6.
Yes. All right. So that's 6 here. So this produces two possibilities. It's 4 plus 10 divided by 6, and that's 4 minus 10 divided by 6. Now, in both of these, you have to do the top thing first. Okay, so 4 plus 10 is 14 divided by 6. And then on the bottom here, it's 4 minus 10 is -6 divided by 6, which is -1.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay, so now on the top, you divide both numbers by 2, and you get 7 divided by 3. And these are both your answers here.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so not too bad here. I'm gonna have you help a lot with the next one. The next one is not bad at all. We're gonna do C2. It is x squared minus 8x minus 15 equals 0.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me the value of A, B, and C. And if I need to, I can go up and show you the previous problem. But A is the number in front of x squared. B is the number in front of x. and C is the other number. So give me the values of A, B, and C, please.
Okay.
Can you tell me the value of A?
The value of A.
Yes.
The value of A is 8.
Okay, so there's an 8 in front of x squared.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. What number is in front of x squared?
Well, number is in front of x squared.
Yes.
The number in front of x squared is 1. 1.
1. Very good. What is the number in front of x? And remember, it takes on the sign or the operator.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So what is the value of B?
The value of B.
Yes.
The value of B is 8.
It takes on the sign or the operator.
Negative
What-
8.
Negative 8. And what is C?
Negative 15.
Negative 15. Good. Okay. So the next thing is to write out the formula. And if you don't know how to memorize this, or if you're not sure if you are going to be able to memorize it, make sure you get it down in your notes. That way you can pull it up on a test or quiz. So first part is to figure out, well, what is B squared minus 4AC? Okay, so B is negative 8. We're going to put that in parentheses. A is 1 and C is minus 15. All right, so all I did is I took each of these numbers and I substituted into the formula here. Is that clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. So what is negative 8 squared?
Negative 8 squared.
Yes.
What is the square root of negative 8, right?
No, negative 8 squared means negative 8 times negative 8.
Okay.
We're
That
doing this right.
equals negative 64. That's 64.
Positive 64. Okay. And then negative times a negative makes a positive. What is 4 times 15?
4 times 15. 4 times 15. 60.
It is 60. Yeah. Okay. And so if you add these together, what do you get?
$124.
Yes. Okay. So that part right there is the part that goes under the square root. B squared minus 4AC, that's the part that goes under the square root. So now we're going to substitute in the rest of it. So minus B minus a minus 8 plus or minus the square root of 124 all over 2 times A, which is 1.
Okay.
So this is 8 because the two negatives make a positive, plus or minus the square root of 124 all over 2.
All right. Okay. All over 2. All right.
All divided by 2. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So there is a step here to reduce the square root of 124, but it's not really part of quadratics. It's off to the side here. So we'll leave that out for now, and we'll just continue down another problem. Okay. All right. So we're going to look at A4. A4 is 4x squared minus 8x equals 3. And the quadratic formula, it requires that all the numbers be on the left side of the equal sign, all the terms to be on the left side of the equal sign. So do you see that this 3 is not on the left side of the equal sign?
Yeah.
So we need to move it left. So how do we move this number left? What's the math operation?
You should make it positive. Add.
It's already positive.
Well, what you need to do is to switch it into a negative or
So you
a positive.
subtract 3 from both sides of the equation.
Okay.
So you're going to subtract 3, subtract 3.
Subtract 3. Okay.
So that's 4x squared minus 8x minus 3 equals 0.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so now I'm going to write the formula ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And I want you to tell me what a equals, what b equals, and what c equals.
Okay. Okay.
You have some answers for me?
So for that right there, 4a,
Okay, a is 4. What about b?
-8,
And what is c?
-3.
Good. So now I want you to calculate b squared minus 4ac.
Okay. And for that right there, you should add 4. Hello?
Yep. What is the value of b squared minus 4ac? I'm asking you
The
to
value of
calculate
b
this.
squared plus 4a.
Nope.
The value of b
minus.
squared is -8.
Okay, but you have to square it. I'm asking you, so let's go back and look. Let's look at the previous problem. Do you see how I wrote b squared minus 4ac?
Yeah.
What did I write here? What did I write in this position?
What did you write in the position?
Where my
-8
why
to,
did I write -8?
because you should use that for the multiplication.
What is the value of b?
The value b is -8.
Okay, that's why I wrote -8. What did I write here in parentheses where my cursor is? Let me know when you're ready for us to work again.
Okay. I'm now listening.
Okay, I'm asking you, what number is here where my cursor is?
1,
And what is the value of A?
1,
Okay, why did I put 1 here?
because 1 is the value of A.
Okay, what is the number here where my cursor is?
Negative 8. Okay. And then for it's negative 15, yeah.
And what does that represent?
C equals negative 15.
Okay, so I'm similarly asking you down here to put the number in for B, the number in for A, and the number in for C, but I'm asking you to do it this time. I've already done 2 problems and I'm asking you to try this part of it.
Okay. So yeah, okay. There we go. So A is it's okay.
Do you have an answer for me on this?
Yeah, yeah.
This all produces a number down here at the end.
I would say 24.
Okay, so your answer is 24. Let's take a look here. Minus 8 squared. Okay, so I put that in parentheses. That's important. 4 times 4 times negative 3. What is negative 8 squared?
What's negative 8 squared?
Mhm.
Negative 8 squared. Negative 64.
64. Good. Now these two negatives make a positive. Okay, so these two negatives combine to make a positive. So we're going to do 4 times 4 times 3, and you can do it in any order. Like sometimes people say, oh, I prefer to do it like this, or maybe they prefer to multiply 4 and 3 or 4 and 4. It doesn't matter. But what is 4 times 4 times 3? Give me the final result.
4 times 4 times 3. 16 times 3, 3 times 6. 48.
Okay. And you add these together, I get 112.
Okay.
Where is your mistake? Because you said 24. What is it that you
I,
get?
I I was just trying to think that a negative 8 times negative 3 is 24.
Okay. So this is the number that goes under the square root. Okay, so the quadratic formula is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So everything we just found, this b squared minus 4ac, this right here, this number 112, is going to go right up there in that position. Okay. What is the value of b again?
The value of B.
Yes. Are you seeing my cursor?
Yeah, the value of B. The value of B is negative 8.
Negative 8. And so when you negate it here, when you negate a negative, what happens to the negative?
What happens to the negative?
Yeah, you have a negative out in front, but it's already negative. So what does that do to it?
It makes it a positive.
It does. It's positive 8. Plus or minus the square root of 112. What is the value of a?
The value of A.
Yes.
The value of A, 4.
What is 2 times 4?
8.
Very good. Okay, now the square root of 112 is not a known value. So we can do some things to do this. We're actually going to spend, I think we're going to spend a little time here working on reducing roots, which will help you with solving quadratics. Okay, so I'm just going to transition here. This will be a really helpful skill for you. I'm going to go ahead and grab a worksheet that I used for this topic, and we'll take a look at it together here. So for example here, do you know the square root of 9?
The square root of 9.
Yes.
The square root of 9 is 3.
It is 3. What about the square root of 49?
Square root of 39. 49. 7.
7. How about the square root of 121?
So, okay, and for 121, that is 11.
That is 11. So these are all considered perfect square roots. Or a name that I like is they're all friendly. They all work out really nicely. Okay. But most square roots do not work out nicely. Okay. So let's say I wanted you to find the square root of 8. Okay, this one is not friendly. Okay. So what is the smallest prime number? Do you recall what the smallest prime number is?
Smallest prime number.
Yes. A prime number is a number that is only divisible by 1 and itself. What is the smallest prime number?
What is the smallest prime number?
Yes.
Smallest prime number 2.
2. Very good. Okay, so is 8 divisible by 2? Does 8 divide by 2?
Yeah, it's a 4.
4. Okay. So let's try 2 again. Is 4 divisible by 2?
It's 4 divisible by 2.
Yes.
Yeah, it's 2.
It's 2 and then 2. Okay. So do you see that 2 times 4 gets you back to 8 and 2 times 2 gets you back to 4? This is what is called a prime factor tree. Okay.
Prime factor tree. It's a factor tree. I know what a factor
Yes.
tree
Yes.
is.
And so for square roots, you circle any pairs. Okay. So do you see how there's a pair there and there's a number that's left over? The numbers on the outside, the leaves, if you will.
So, okay.
So for every pair, you bring one out.
Yeah.
So it's 2 square root of whatever is left over. In this case, it's 2.
Yeah, okay. And it's 1.
There's no 1
2
here.
and 2, 1. And nothing is compared for 2 and 2.
So do you see how we circle every pair and we bring a pair, for every pair we bring one out. We bring it outside the root, in this case down here.
Yeah.
And then whatever's left over is going here. So let's try another one here. Let's try the square root of 12. And you always start with the smallest prime number 2. Is 12 divisible by 2?
12 divisible by 2. Yes, it's 6.
Okay. Now try again. Is 6 divisible by 2?
Is 6 divisible? It's 3.
It's 3. Do you see how you have a pair here? For each pair, you bring one out. So you're going to put a 2 on the outside of the square root, and what's left over?
Okay, and then for that, 6.
What is left over?
3.
3. Okay. All right, let's try another one here. let's do the square root of 20. What is the first number that we should try? What is the smallest prime number?
Smallest prime number.
Yeah.
The smallest prime number. The smallest prime number is 2.
Okay. Is 20 divisible by 2?
Yes, it's 10.
Is 10 divisible by 2?
No, 5.
Yes. Are there any pairs? When you look at these three numbers on the outside, are there any pairs?
Are there any pairs?
Yes.
Yes, there are pairs. There are pairs.
Okay. What does pair mean to you? How do you interpret that word?
Pairs. It's where you find what's the divisible number.
Nope. A pair could refer to something else, like, for example, you have socks. Do socks come in a pair?
Okay.
That was a question. Do socks come in a pair?
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
That's right. You get 2 of them. So are there any pairs of numbers?
Are there any pairs in the numbers 2 and
Yes.
5?
So when you go to your sock, do you pull out a red one and then a green one and call that a pair?
They pull the sock. I would say that a pair for the pairs, I pick like 2 socks that come in pair.
They're normally the same color though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Are 2 and 5 the same color?
Are 2 and 5 the same color? Yes.
Well, they're written in black, but are they the same number? How about that?
They're the same number.
2 is the same as 5.
Well, 2 and 5 does not become divisible added. For 5, it can be divisible by 2. So 2 and 5 are prime numbers.
Well, that is true, but you're still not answering my question about what is a pair here.
Okay.
Okay, so a pair, let's go back and look at the previous problem. Why did I circle these 2 numbers?
Because those 2 are the same.
Yes, are 2 and 5 the same?
No.
Okay, so how about this 2 and this 5? Are they the same?
No.
Okay, how about this 2 and this 2? Are they the same?
Yes.
So is that a pair?
Yep.
What makes them a pair?
When there's the same
They're the
number.
same. Yes. Okay, so you bring your pairs out. So the 2 goes on the outside. What is left over?
So what is the same pair? 2.
The question is, what is left over in the factor tree?
5.
Yes. Okay. Okay, let's try a new problem here. Square root of 45. 2 is the smallest prime number.
Okay.
Is 45 divisible by 2?
45 divisible by 2. I would say no.
What is the divisibility rule for 2? How do you know if any number is divisible by 2? Like why is 50 divisible by 2?
Okay, I think for 45, 2 is not 2. Okay, so 2 times. Yeah, 2 is not divisible by 45 because a 2 doesn't equal to a 5.
So the number here is considered odd,
Yeah.
and 2 only divides even numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the next smallest prime number is 3. Is 45 divisible by 3?
45 divisible by 3.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, what is 45 divided by 3?
45 divided by 3.
Yes.
15.
Okay. And then we try it again. Is 15 divisible by 3?
Yes, 5.
3 and 5. Okay. Now look at these 3 numbers on the outside. Are there any pairs? Are there any pairs?
Are there any pairs? 3 and 3. 3 and 3 got the pairs.
Good. Or a pair of 3s. So that brings a 3 on the outside. And then what is left on the inside?
And what is left on the inside? What is left on the inside? Okay, 5.
Very good. Okay, let's look at one more here. Square root of 75. Is 75 divisible by 2?
No,
Why not?
because 5 because it's odd.
Because it's odd. Is it divisible by 3?
Is it divisible by 3? Yes.
Okay, 3 times.
75, it is 25.
Very good. Is 25 divisible by 3?
25 divisible by 3. No.
I agree. What is the next prime number after 3?
What? Okay, for 25. For 25, okay. So what is divisible by 25? 5.
Yes, that's true, but it's also divisible by other numbers. What is the next prime number after 3?
4.
What is the definition of a prime number?
A prime number is a number that doesn't equal. It's just a prime.
Okay. The definition of a prime number is it is only divisible by 1 and itself. So is the only numbers that divide 4 1 and 4? Is there any other number that divides 4 evenly?
That divides 4 evenly. Two.
Okay, I agree. So how can 4 be prime? It can't be.
No, it can't be.
So what is the next prime number? What's the next number after 4?
The next number after 4.
Mm-hmm.
The next number after 4 is
What number comes after 4?
what number is in front of 4?
Nope, that's not what I asked. Are you able to hear me
Yeah, I'm trying to
tonight?
hear you. I'm hearing you.
Okay. The question is relatively simple. I'm asking what number comes after 4?
5.
5. Is 5 a prime number? Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is a prime number.
So 25 is divisible by 5. What is 25 divided by 5?
25 divisible by 5. Yes.
Okay, so what is 25 divided by 5? What number goes here where my cursor is?
What number goes here? 5.
Okay. Are there any pairs?
Five and 5.
Okay. So you bring those out, bring a pair out, bring one of them out. What is left over?
What is left over?
Yes, what is left over?
5.
No.
Wait, what? What? 3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
3 is left over.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I want you to try this one on your own.
Okay.
I'll give you 2 minutes here to work through it, and you can let me know what you come up with. And I'll be muted until then. So I'll check back with you in about 2 minutes.
Okay. Okay, for 68, okay. So what is divisible by 68?
How are you doing on this one?
I'm doing good. So 68, I just remember that for 68. For that, it's 17.
Do you have a final answer for me?
4 times 17 is 20, is 68.
Well, that is true, but that's not the final answer here. So um, what is the first number that you try to divide 68 by?
17.
Why would you try 17? Wouldn't you want to check 2 first, since it's the smallest prime number?
I would check that 4 is the smallest prime number.
What is the smallest prime number?
4.
Can you read what's here?
2. It's 2.
So why would you tell me 4?
Well, I just forgot. That's why. Okay. 2 is the smallest prime number.
Are you sure? Because it might be 4.
Well, 4 it cannot be the smallest prime number because 2 is divisible by 4.
That's true.
2 times 2 equals 4.
Okay, so what is the smallest prime number?
2.
Is 68 divisible by 2?
Yes.
Yes.
30,
30.
34.
Good. Try 2 again. It's 34 divisible by 2.
Yeah, 17.
Okay. Do you see any pairs here?
2 and 2 are the pairs.
So 2 comes out. The final answer is 2
And then 17.
and 17. All right, fantastic. Why don't you let your dad know we're all done for today?
Okay. Dad?
Hello.
Hey, Dr. Kithari, we're all done for today. We reviewed quadratic equations. And the beginning part of the lesson, we did a couple of examples of quadratic equations. He helped me work through them. Then we transitioned to reducing roots, which is something that is part of the quadratic formula here. So if Sourish has time, I would definitely like to see him rework each of these problems that we did tonight in full. Probably won't take him that long, maybe 10 or 15 minutes,
Okay.
maybe after a snack or, you know, a break from the screen, but he absolutely should try to do these again for the best understanding.
Okay. So he's able to get the concept.
I would like to see him try these on his own. He can even have the notes with him, but even just working through the same problems again will definitely help.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah, I'll ask him to review later tonight,
excellent. So are we on for next week as usual?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, thanks so much, guys. I'll see you next time.
Yeah. Bye.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye now. Bye, Sourish.